In the building.
Yeah.
Harlem.
Yo, what's up? I'm on the rise, yo, we love to get the money. This a podcast, you can catch us being funny. Yeah, from 7 to 9, we litty and live. So stop everything, this is serious vibe. Catch us on the Wednesday, it's litty on the hump day. Listen in your car, got the beamer on a Monday. Facebook Live, we live and direct. You can call and kick away, this is show respect. Yo, a lot of topics, we always got it poppin'. You know we neighborhood, we always kickin' knowledge. Yeah, that's the steal we do for the people. Flighter than the ego, we ordinary people. We be kicking in cause you know we living in. Come and catch a vibe cause it's live, come and witness it. We down for each other no matter the weather. It's the B139 cause Harlem stay together. What's up?
Hey.
We rockin' in the streets. We'll make you feel the heat. We make you feel the heat. The beat. We rockin' in the streets. We are rockin' the beat. We make you move your feet.
Yeah. What up?
What up?
Yeah.
Good. What it do, people? Welcome to the Beat 139. I'm Doc.
I'm Don Vito. How y'all feeling? What's good? Thank y'all for tuning in once again. Again, without further ado, we got our second guest for the evening. You know, everybody know, well-known comedian from Harlem. You know, my man Wu is in the building.
Yeah.
What up, Wu?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Kenny Wu. He got the Culture Shock family in the building.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? And they gonna tear it down, you know, we gonna get right into it. So what up? How you been, brother, man?
I'm all right, hanging in there, you know, trying to duck that COVID, you know, still trying to make them laugh.
Yeah.
Everything has changed now, so it's different. We can't do no comedy in clubs no more, so we outside, driving, comedy, wherever.
But that's the grind, though. It's gonna pay off later.
Yeah, that's the grind, but it's different from, you know, having the people in front of you now, doing shows on Instagram and all types of, but as a comedian, you gotta do what you gotta do.
But how is on Instagram, the shows? You enjoy it or you back to pick yourself up?
The Instagram comedy and Zoom comedy is way different than having people in front of you because, you know, with the people in front of you, get that vibe and you get that feedback. Yeah. On Instagram, the only way you know you're doing good is you see smiley faces come up. You don't see no smiley faces. Start looking at the comments because something's wrong. You know what I mean? You see smiley faces, just keep going. You win it. You know what I'm saying? So it's weird.
Yeah, like Doc said, right? You know, so the virtual stand-up is stand-up, man. You know what I'm saying? Stand-up means an audience, you know, whether they clap or they boo, whatever, but, you know, so the smiley face don't come up when you're not doing well, something else come on in?
Yeah, comments. Get them off of there. I done seen some comedians stop and start looking at the comments. They say, vote boo, capital B and 2 O's. You done forgot about the show now. You got in a heckler online. You know what I mean? It's weird. Me, I just keep going. Yeah, it's weird. Then we did one show I did called Drive-In Comedy. Where if you funny, the horns beat.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they hit the horns. One comedian was up there 15 minutes and he ain't get one horn. He just stopped and said, hold on, is something wrong with the horns in the cars out there? And you heard all the horns. Brr, 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 brr. So it was so weird. I had to start laughing. But my thing, like when you do shows like that, you just gotta keep going. Yeah. So we just did one the other day. A drive-in comedy show in Brooklyn, so it was nice. You know, I got some horns, so I was happy.
You got some horns?
Yeah, I got some horns.
So you have Culture, what's the name of it?
Culture Shock Comedy, you know, yeah.
You have a team? That's your own, you built your own team?
No. We got my brothers, you know what I'm saying, Damien, we got John, Clyde, you know, they put together called Culture Shock Comedy. And it's different, you know, we wanted to take comedians out of they normal, you know what I'm saying, and put them somewhere to make them uncomfortable. Like,
Right.
so
How many of y'all is?
It's 4 of us. We like producers, like, you know what I'm saying, produce the shows. My brothers came up with the concept because I got this thing called Everyday We Grinding. So, you know, because that's how I am. Every day we grinding. Like, there's no, you know, it ain't no rest for me. So, and we put together a Culture Shock Comedy, came up to me and asked me to produce and help with them. So,
Who came up with the name?
My brother Damien.
Okay, Damien, we're gonna get Damien.
Yeah, he's
Sure.
gonna come up there second.
So he came up with the name, and then so how y'all formed to do it together? Like y'all said, okay, we gonna do this as a group.
They talked to me how they wanted to do it. He laid it out and everything, and it was, I liked it. I said, bet, let's go, because they was already working with me with the everyday grinding, because I came with Team Capone, so Capone helped me and everything.
Right.
So then I figured, I was just doing my own thing. You know what I'm saying? Crap doing his thing. Then I ran into my brothers. They started doing comedy, and they liked it. Me, and they was. So we started rocking together with the everyday we grinding. Then they came up there, whoa, we want to, pitch a series. And I was like, what? When they said, Coach is shot comedy, I was like, wow, that sounds good. And then they, broke it down to me how they want to do it. Like, take urban comedians and put them in mainstream rooms. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't used to, you can't do all that urban material in the mainstream room. The white folks look at you like, oh my God, they ain't like that. They love that on 125th. So it's like weird, And then you're gonna take the you take the mainstream and put them in the urban.
Right.
Now they can't do that. Now they can't do that.
Okay, so this is interesting. So is you and on one side, like I guess you and who else? The goal, because you said it's like you got the transition to the other side, and they got the transition to your side.
There you go.
So who on your side? Because you said four of y'all, you and.
Basically, the way it is, my brother's gonna come up one by one. I'll slide out, let them explain it. Yeah, but basically, it's like we got 3 judges. It's gonna be judges and everything. You're gonna have the host, and we're gonna have a headliner too. So at the end of the show, so people will still get to see, a top-rate comedian.
Well, that sounds dope.
Yeah.
So when you looking to see finals fact?
I think we could start off in March, like March 19th. We supposed to start off. We wanted to start it in Harlem. I'm just tapping on a little bit, but my brother's gonna come up one by one. I'll slide out so they could get more. Yeah. But we wanted to start off in Harlem, but the Corona got everything shut down. First the 25%, they took that away. So now you outside. So.
But see, the good thing I think, in my education on the Corona, if more Black people, because most of the white people taking the test. A lot of Black people have to take it. Have to reach 70% before everything go back to
you're right.
Once it hits
the
70% of people take the vaccine.
Then they're gonna open up.
The mask open back up. But the problem they have, a lot of Black
people don't want to take it. We the
white people
so much.
Is taking it a lot. And frontline workers is the ones taking it, but if we take it, it can open up.
I don't know about that one, Doc.
I took it already.
I'm working on it.
So he gonna swing it to
I don't know. I ain't taking nothing right now. I'm gonna wait about a year.
See, that's how all the Black people
I'm gonna keep it tall, but somebody lose a limb or one ear drop or something like that, and then start scratching all the time. I want to see that first.
That's the side effect.
Because like somebody told me, and not to come at you, Doc, because we family, but.
You took both shots?
They took one. He took one. He got to do it because we're in the hospital. They just said they make you do that. He got to work, so I understand. But what I'm saying is that.
It was optional.
Okay, cool. Well, God bless you. Right? But what I'm saying is that, like they told me, a lot of politicians say that it was a rush job because they had to get something right away. So it wasn't really tested and proven the way they normally do stuff before they put it out. So my thing is, I want to see how I do. At least get a year under the belt, and let me see what's going on. That's just me. But I don't want to take up the show. So what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
Even if, like Doc said, with the 75% doesn't happen, I believe that when it got warm, we had more freedom to do more.
Yeah,
more places open up.
Yeah, outside.
Even though Cuomo closed the inside, you can rock outside. Because we was doing all right this summer. So maybe when it start warming up, maybe y'all can have a little more room to breathe. Is what my point of
mixing up a little bit. But I think Friday they're gonna start back 25% on the inside restaurants because they said the numbers is going down. They just were scared of the holidays.
Can y'all live off of that?
I mean, I'm eating anyway, they call me, so listen, I'm doing it online. I'll be doing Zoom comedy shows online. them ladies cash app that money, I'm here. Shout out to Cash App. Once I hear that cash register go, hello, I'm here. Happy birthday, sis. Yeah, come on, y'all. Because once you do them online shows, you got to make like you really out there. Because if you be timid, then you ain't going to put up a good performance. I get up and be dancing at the screen and all that. They be like, can he do another birthday? So I get booked off each show. So
and you gotta stay relevant too.
Yeah.
So culture shock. I like what you was talking about, right? Because when you saying take you out of your comfort zone, you believe you bringing the black man to the white neighborhood, you bringing the white man to the black neighborhood, you bringing the Spanish guy to the white and mixing it up. It's like, that I ain't never heard that. And I've been following comedy for a long time, man. Y'all gonna heard them with that. That's
Yeah, they gonna.
And you said it was your man idea.
Yeah. I'm gonna let them come up right quick. Both of them really put it together and came at me with it. And then once I liked it, I said, "Yo, let's roll." It's four of us really producing. They got Clyde as a producer too, and it sounds good. So we gonna pitch 6. They said they want to pitch like 6 shows a year. It might be 7.
So you still with Team Capone?
Yeah, that's my brother. He doing this thing. If you ever call me, I'm there. I'm always down Team Capone. So blessings to Cap. Cap always show me.
You know what I like about you? You always pay homage to the brother. Man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even though you're doing your thing and you really don't need nobody to do your thing, you always pay respect to the people that you work with now or the people you worked with before.
Yeah. That's right. You know what I mean? Like he put me in positions and took me places. That I've never even been. I never even had a passport. And to Capone, like, you better get a passport. Next thing you know, I'm out in Mexico somewhere, then I'm out in Bahamas, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so it's been, Cap my man. He doing his thing and I'm doing my thing and he called me, I'm there. So.
But see, what Capone said to us, he said he stepped back to see people grind on their own.
Yeah.
He said he respect that more. And then when he see y'all grinding, he know that y'all working, it make the team stronger.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, he's definitely a cool dude, man. So you wanna bring one of your
Yeah, right now I'm gonna switch
your
up. I'm bring Damien to you.
Damien,
Okay.
all right.
Damien, what up, bro?
What up?
How you?
Chilling, man.
Where you from, Damien?
Originally from Jersey, but I live in Connecticut now.
Okay.
Jersey boy, okay.
Yeah, man.
So let me ask you something. What makes you come up with the idea culture shot?
So John, who'll come up here after me, we had gone to, because we're relatively new comedians, especially compared to people like Kenny. We had gone to an open mic because with the shows being slow, we didn't get to do much. So to get the rust off, you hit up any mic you can.
Right.
So in Connecticut, we got to an open mic, and it was all like mid-20s, suburban white kids, whatever. And so John, myself, and Clyde just were hanging out. And John's over 40, I believe. I'm almost 40. Clyde's like 50-something.
Shout out to Clyde.
Shout out to 50-something. Happy to make it.
Happy 21st. So we were chilling in the back of the room, and a couple of comics took shots at us while being the old guys at the mic.
Right.
So we were leaving, and I was kind of like, man, that's a little shitty on their part. Like, Clyde's thing is, Clyde's not a comedian, but he comes to a lot of the shows that we do. We've been in, Jamaican rooms in Brooklyn. We did Footprints, which is notoriously a rough room to do if you ask any comedian.
You and
John and I went with Kenny, we performed there. We've been in a lot of rougher rooms that, like, once you become an established comedian, they don't want to go back to. So Clyde was like, man, for them to say that to you, like, they wouldn't even survive the rooms that you guys did. And then John had made the comment, he's like, oh, we should just bring him with us one day and then film it because I think it'd be funny.
bring who?
Bring those Connecticut comedians that were talking all that shit.
Right.
And I was like, yo, that's a good idea. Let's do that. Let's put it out as a series. And then we can start. So we started talking about the whole idea, and that's how we came up with it.
All right.
And then we were driving, and John was like, man, I just think that'd be a shock to the system for these guys. And I was like, yeah, culture. And we're like, oh shit, culture shock. And that's kind of how we came up with it, just through that conversation.
Wow.
So John and I pitched it back and forth a little bit, and like, yo, we gotta call Kenny, we gotta call Clyde, like, and we threw the idea out. And yeah, everybody was on board.
Next your question. So you say you 40, my man 40, and my other man 50. Shout out to you. What made you want to be a comedian so late in your life?
So I'd always thought about it, right? But for me, so like I said, I left Jersey to try and play ball at college in Connecticut, and then I didn't want to go back to my neighborhood. Where I was from was not great.
Right.
There was more opportunities for me in Connecticut, and then I was always afraid of having to go back home. So I just worked. I was a bouncer, bounty hunter, bondsman. I opened the bail bonds company.
Bounty hunter?
Yeah.
Oh, man, talk about that real quick.
So actually, funny.
Give me one of your bounty hunter moments.
John and I trained John. John is actually, that's where we met.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so I trained John to be.
So y'all license to carry?
Yeah.
Two license to carry comedians.
Stapleton. I'm playing.
Yeah.
No, I mean, there's a ton of things. I mean, I arrested a girl once that she asked politely if she go to the bathroom first. I said, yeah, no problem. She just got completely naked and started taking the shit in front of me. Like, they don't think right. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Women are the worst.
Yeah.
They will, like, guys, you catch them, you gotta go, listen, you gotta, go in, we'll get you back out, call your family, whatever.
Yeah.
We were always respectful.
Right.
Girls, they're gonna scratch your face, climb up the back. Yo, they're crazy.
Wow.
They're some of the worst ones. When they don't wanna go, forget it. It's rough.
So I like the story because you said you always want to be a comedian.
Yes,
So how long you been doing it now?
2 years. And
Wow.
what got me jump started, actually, I had cancer. And, I beat it, whatever.
God bless.
Thank you. But after that, yeah, it was ball cancer too, so I didn't know how to get rid of one. So Kenny calls me a baller now. After the cancer and I had beaten everything and I had my kids, well, I didn't have them, but I was part of the process. John had just gotten in touch with Kenny and was telling me about it. Man, I was really thinking about doing that. What am I waiting for? You have a brush with cancer, however minor or severe, whatever, you start thinking about your life.
Yeah, man.
And I was like, well, I'm gonna wait. I set myself up so I never had to worry about having to go back to New Jersey. I got the family, talked over with my wife, and she was like, listen, if you want to do it, go for it. So I came down with John a couple times, met Kenny, through trial and error, earned Kenny's respect, got brought around, and then we've just been rolling ever since.
So was you nervous your first show? You said 2 years, so that's before COVID.
Yes.
So how was it, and what type of crowd was it, and
My first show?
how large was the crowd?
So my first show was an open mic. It was simple, I did it, whatever. My second show, I thought was an open mic, was actually a contest. And I won. And you only had to do 5 minutes.
Right.
So I did the 5 minutes, I won the contest, and the guy was like, hey, you gotta come back next month as the winner and do 20.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't fucking got 20. Like, it's hard enough to talk for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, everybody thinks it's easy.
Yeah.
So I told the guy, I said, look, I could try to do 10, find somebody else to do 10 or whatever. So he's like, yeah, cool. So I had John come out, came out, my lady, whatever. Went up, I was nervous as shit. I added a new joke right before I hit one on the mic.
Yeah.
I got 3 minutes into my set, said the new joke, it got a laugh, and then my brain, I was like, yes, it worked, and then I went blank. I didn't know what the fuck to say. I just froze. I was like, I even said it to the mic, I was like, I don't usually do this, so I'm gonna leave, and then I left.
So how was the promoter? Because he paid you for.
So he was a cool dude because he knew it was only my third time, so he actually let me go back up and finish my set, and which I'm glad I did because I don't know, if you walk off like that and then you don't go right back to it, it fucks with your head.
Right.
Am I allowed to curse on this, by the way?
Yeah. Uncut.
Now you can let it go, man.
So I went back. I did it. I got some more laughs, but I was just glad that I went back on. And then I stopped doing things in Connecticut. Just started doing everything in New York with Kenny and John. And our thing is anytime. Shout out to Kenny, by the way, man. That dude. I mean, listen.
How you met Kenny?
So I'll let John give his background because John met Kenny first.
Okay, so
how
how you met John?
John and I, we worked as bouncers together in Connecticut, and then he wanted to get into the bounty hunting thing, so I actually trained him on the bounty hunting, and then we just.
And you knew John was a comedian.
No, I didn't know he was gonna ever do this. He's been doing it like 6 months longer than me, if that. Clyde is the one that told John. This is all one big fuck circle of like how we got here. Like Clyde told John, yo, you're funny. I think it's his cousin, his brother-in-law, something like that. Has a room in New York. Come down and do it, and I'll let John go from there. That's how John got in, and then I found out about it, and then John brought me along.
But you and John was working at bounty hunters. You didn't know. Y'all didn't know each other was comedians.
He stopped bounty hunting before he did the comedy. And then he did, we kind of went our separate ways, you know what I mean? Like John, he was the hairdresser for a little bit. He did that, you know what I'm saying? He did a lot of his own shit down in Stanford, where I'm deeper in the state. So we kind of lost touch for a little bit. And then, on social media, I saw he was doing it, and that's how I reached back out, and that's when we came back to it. But yeah, New York has been, Kenny's been great getting us on a lot of shows. We've been on shows that there's been comics doing 5-7 years that wish they could be part of. And through Kenny, you guys are talking about Capone. We've been around Cap. He's given me a couple of chances to do some things, and he's been very generous with his time. He doesn't have to be. There's been a lot of people that we've met through Kenny and a lot of opportunities that we got, and that goes back to his everyday grinding. That's one of the things I think people don't understand. Everybody looks at comedians and think, oh, it's just funny games, you just talk shit, whatever. But there's a whole professional side to it, a whole hustle to it that you gotta respect. You're always on time. We don't ever drink or anything like that before going on. Everybody's, John smokes a little bit, but that's his level when he smokes. He's not level unless he smokes, but nobody gets fucked up. We all, we do our time. When they tell you get 5, you get 5. When they tell you 10, you get off at 10. You don't ever blow the light. There's a lot of stuff. So I think Kenny looked at John and I okay, these guys are always gonna do what I tell them to do. They're always gonna respect the game, respect the venue, respect the promoter, and always gonna show up and show out.
Because a lot of comedians, right? Real quick, a lot of comedians, some comedians perform well clean. But some got to get fucked up before they perform. Mike Epps, Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor. You already know Richard Pryor. You know what I'm saying? That's when they they thoughts come in. You know what I'm saying? When they get nice. So. I don't think falls.
To each his own.
Everybody to each his own.
Yeah, I don't drink or smoke normally. I don't do anything.
Yeah, you just gotta roll
right, which actually helped me again. Not to bring him back up, but with Capone, that's one of Capone's rules. Is if you're gonna roll with me, you sober until after the show. I don't want to deal with nothing.
Right.
Which again helped me because that's just how I am. I say stupid shit. I make poor decisions sober. So I'm
because I want to go back into the question. So we're gonna bring him, but all y'all gonna come right back on again. So we're gonna rotate because I want to piggyback something you just said, Ax.
So you want me to bring him in and come
John, yeah, I'm
gonna
call
let's go, John. Let's go. Yes, sir. Tag team partners.
Tag team. How are you doing today? Thank you, first of all, guys. Thank you.
Yeah,
thank you very much for letting us get on and plug the new concept.
Yes.
So
just like Money Mike said, it's all about relations, man.
Absolutely.
And that's what's going on right now. But welcome to the show, man.
Thank you.
Welcome. So I like how the connection, and I'm curious how it went. I love what y'all doing right now. It sounds super crazy.
All right, where do you want to start?
I'm gonna start from you met.
How I met Ken?
No, Damien.
Oh, so back in the day, long story short is.
How long you been doing it first?
What, bounty hunting?
No.
Oh,
comedy.
like Damien said, about 6 months more than he did.
So 2.5 years.
About 2.5 years, yeah.
And so, go to your little story.
There was a long period of time between our bounty hunting days and comedy days. Long story short, getting into comedy was fun. Right? It's one thing when your family members and your friends are like, oh, you're funny, you ever thought about doing stand-up comedy? Well, yeah, okay, you think I'm funny. Yeah. But when a perfect stranger, like Clyde, I didn't know Clyde at the time, says, hey man, you ever think about it? Well, that's God telling you, put up or shut up. All right? Yeah. Got me my first 5 minutes on the show, I just kept showing up at that show.
Oh, you skipped it. So, how you met Clyde?
I work where Clyde lives. I'm a condo super by day and stand-up comedian by night.
So you and Clyde were just talking.
We were just chopping it up one day, and after several times of having good conversation and just cutting them up, he's like, "You got to do something."
And what made you do it?
That was the opportunity. My wife had always said, "John, you got to do something with your voice. It's just you have to do something." So it's one thing when family and friends tell you that, but perfect stranger, that's God telling you, put up or shut the fuck up.
There you go.
That's it. That's the bottom line.
So
Wu was a co-producer of that show that Clyde got me on. Okay, I kept showing up. I found out where another one of Wu's shows was. Right. It was Stingrays on 132nd and 5th. Great spot, man. Great. I love that little snack bar. It was a lot of fun. So I just kept showing up. And Wu's like, fuck it, man. We're going to put you on there. You want to go on night? Yeah, I'll take 5 minutes. I'll take 3 minutes. I'll take whatever the fuck you're going to give me. Right? And I just kept showing up. One day Wu was like, hey, man, let's go make you an actual comedian. So, and it's just been history ever since, man.
So how was the response in Stingrays? Because we used to go there all the time.
It was, listen, you have, as a comedian, you have good days, you have bad days.
Right.
I don't get fucked up. I don't drink before I go on.
Right.
I smoke a shit ton of weed.
Okay.
I like to live my life in a perpetual state of stone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if you think I ain't high right now, you got another thing coming. Okay? It was a lot of fun. I loved it. Everybody was receptive. Listen, one thing about Harlem, Harlem's love. Nothing against any of the other 5 boroughs,
Right.
but there's no love like Harlem love.
Right.
Immediately, even if I fucking ate shit, somebody was like, hey man, good try. Way to go.
Yeah.
Other places it's like, come on, get the fuck out.
So let me ask you something, right? Black comedians, they see white people in the stands, they crack and say white jokes and different things like that.
Yes.
Do you say black jokes?
How you mean?
Like the same way,
Like the fact that I feel like
go and crack on
right, but
about white imitating. No, not imitating.
Do the cop joke? Oh, listen, listen. We all got problems. Everybody knows that.
Right.
My biggest problem is I gotta go everywhere with my own weed. Ain't nobody gonna let you cop when you look like a cop. I mean, seriously. Is that what you mean? No, that's not exactly. How about this? Do I feel like I'm at a peace summit between the Bloods and the Crips right now? Is that what you're talking about? Is that kind of joke?
Exactly.
If the opportunity presents itself, because don't get me wrong, you look like you're bleeding, you look like you're crip walking right now. I mean, if the opportunity presents it, but you want to be respectful. Listen, I ain't trying to get punched in the face. I ain't trying to get shot in the parking lot.
Right.
No, because I hear like a lot of white comedians say that they feel that the black comedians have more of a reach and white audience take it. Like they say,
oh, they're gonna take it. They need to take
They
it.
just say
They need
to go in and the white
They gonna shut the fuck up.
Scared to say like any little thing about black people.
Yeah.
No, because I watch a lot of white comedians too, black, white, whatever, Spanish, Latin. But when a white comedian goes in on black people, it gotta be tasteful.
It has to be.
It has to be funny.
But
We don't,
if
if a comedian comes
Yeah,
at me and he white and it's funny, I'm gonna fucking laugh. Cause that's what I'm here for.
Right.
I'm not gonna like, well, he come to the parking lot. I'm not gonna do that because Capone, me and him was cool. But one time I was at real quick. I was at one of his shows, and I had to go to the bathroom, but my man had to go too. But he was on the mic at the time.
Yeah.
So I'm not thinking we had like 3 Grey Gooses and shit. We get up and while we walking by, we slide to the bathroom, and as we go and get ready to go, he made some homo shit about it. He like, yo, man, you know what I'm saying? And that's offensive, but this shit was funny. He made me laugh, my man laughed, everybody fucking laughed, and I should have got my fucking ass up. You know what I'm saying? You know you're gonna get hit. And you gotta take it like that's comedy, man. Like Tyler said, it's comedy.
You know what I have seen?
Yeah.
And here's the thing, I don't do mainstream rooms.
Right.
I've done maybe 2 mainstream open mics. Okay. What I have seen is, first of all, the amount of alcohol is involved, and a lot of comedians make this joke, but white people, they go to laugh no matter what. They want to laugh, even if if you pop up a show and say, "Hey, it's comedy time," they're gonna laugh. I don't like to say it so much, but other comedians will say it. Black people, sometimes they come not to laugh. Not to fucking laugh. Go ahead, make me laugh.
Yeah, nigga.
No, I'm sorry. I mean, but again, it has to be tasteful.
It has to be tasteful. Yeah.
So the way you got, and I know Wu.
Yeah.
Wu saw in you your grind.
I don't know what the fuck Wu saw on me.
Because
I
he
mean,
saw, Wu saw like this guy came every week.
well,
Keep
one
doing
thing
every
Clyde
week,
says, I don't
2-3
see.
minutes, like 5 minutes. That's
I'm
what
a
made
bloody
you like this
punch.
grind, right?
I'm a glutton for punch. I like getting my teeth kicked in until I make somebody laugh. If I can make you laugh, I've done my job. I've done my job. And,
There you go.
and just grinding. The grind is I'm 42 years old. I'd rather show my son that I was a never was than a never fucking tried.
That's
So
right.
either
That's
put
true.
up or shut up when God puts shit in your path.
So your wife came to your shows?
Yes. And I make fun of my wife and she takes it. Then I sleep in the second bedroom. I mean, it is what it is.
That's what comedians do, man.
Yeah.
The biggest, best jokes I hear about comedians are always about their families. You know, Kevin Hart kills his kids. Sometimes he does a little too much, but you know, he's like, fuck it, I'm paying the bills, hold that down, you know?
So culture shock.
Yes. That's what
How do you think that is gonna resonate to the people?
Well, I think it's gonna resonate well. I've never heard of anything like it, and like Damien said, we were at an open mic in Connecticut, and what really triggered this shit was there was this dude. I mean, Vineyard Vines and Penny Loafers, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. He was bitching and complaining about how he was down in Brooklyn, and he was at an urban show, and they don't know what comedy is. I was funny as hell. I was like, bro, no, you're not. You can't take it. One of the things that I was told when I first got in this place, I got into the game of comedy, was go to the hood rooms, go to the urban rooms. I said, well, and this was my man, Sherwin Array from out in LA, okay? He's a West Coast opener for Lavelle Crawford, right? He goes, listen, go to urban rooms because you need to be funny fast. I said, what the fuck are you talking about? He goes, if you can make black people laugh, you can make anybody laugh. And he's not wrong, because if you can win in the urban rooms, that means your shit is versatile. You are going to win everywhere. And when I saw this kid bitching and complaining about, oh, they don't know what the fuck, son, you don't apparently know what the fuck comedy is. And that's where I was like, oh my God, if we took these fucking kids out of this room, brought them where we fucking go, oh, it's gonna be bloodbath. But I'm not counting people out. When people are put to the test, they shine. So I'm hoping for all and every bit of it. Whether you bomb, whether you kill, whether you just do mediocre, or like Damien said and Kenny said, we're gonna have a panel of established urban room judges. We're gonna have an urban legend close it out. So the people coming, not only do they get a good show, but the mainstream comedians, they're gonna learn what they're either doing wrong, what they could do better, what they're not doing, what they are doing, what they're saying or what they're not saying.
So Clyde, what's his position on this?
Well, Clyde gets shit done.
He's gonna be like the manager.
Clyde gets shit done. Clyde, I need this. Okay, no problem. Clyde, I need 5 tracks for opening and closing this set. No problem. He gets shit done. And there's gotta be a barrier between, because Kenny loves fucking everyone. And everybody loves Kenny. And Kenny does not want to disappoint anybody. And nor do we, me and Damien, because we're new to the game, we live off the kindness of others. So if somebody's got to be a dick, it's going to be Clyde.
Hey, but listen.
So we need Clyde real quick.
Oh no.
You know,
Hey, Clyde.
Clyde won't cheat.
So, let me ask you a question. So, you ever think about once y'all get it popping the way you want to pop it, like shopping like Netflix like that? Because, you know, being that we've been home a lot, I've been watching a lot of comedy. Because I'm tired of watching movies, man. Just watch something funny, man. I'm in the house drinking. I want to laugh. So, I've been watching a lot of comics lately. You ever thought about once you get it popping,
Absolutely.
Netflix is looking for comics? Tell me. That's real talk.
We would like, our goal is to gather our audience.
Yeah.
And then be able to say, hey, listen, this is what we do. Like you guys.
Yeah.
You gather your audience, you build your audience, you say, hey, this is what we do.
Yeah. That's what's
so
up.
Instagram.
My Instagram?
No, the Culture Shock.
Oh, Culture Shock, at Culture Shock Comedy, the Instagram. Yeah, you can. Come on, man. I got to flatter you from the back. Just don't forget about Instagram. Man, that's what this game is all about. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Culture Shock Comedy, at Culture Shock Comedy on Instagram. We just launched the Instagram. We're launching the Facebook very soon. Follow us because we're listen, I want to go. Listen, I'm 42 years old. Sky's the limit. I want to do what I love for the rest of my life.
Right.
That's what's up.
Right.
So we bring Kenny back.
Yeah, let's
Kenny Willis, come on back, bro.
Yeah.
I'm gonna swing it around one more time.
Beautiful, baby. Beautiful.
Yes.
So Kenny, now we met part of your team.
Yeah.
Well, all your team. Clyde ain't gonna come through.
Yeah.
So the fit, how you feel about the fit
I mean, I feel great about the fit. With Clyde, John, Damien, everything just fits right. You know, even when they told me, he said, Clyde gets shit done. Clyde had made beats already for Culture Shock Comedy. As soon as I get in the car, they said, "You like this?" I said, "Dang, he working." I was in the back, and you know Harlem, we danced to anything. I was doing a Harlem Shake back there. So it's just like Money Mike said, man, what if it worked?
Yeah, what if it worked? Yeah.
What if it worked?
And what I like about y'all all seem hungry.
Mm-hmm.
Cause see, when I heard that all y'all about your business, everyone came up here talking about how Clyde gets stuff done.
Mm-hmm.
You on top of your game, you hungry. I see Damien talk about his hunger, how he did it, and John also.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the key, the grind.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. Are y'all gonna have a certain order, or y'all just each night might be something different or going on?
What you mean, like on the Culture Shock Comedy as our shows go on?
Yeah.
Show 1, show 2.
No, because y'all all gonna perform.
No. Sometimes one of us might host. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Sometimes one of us might be a judge. We switch it and rotate. It rotates. Yeah, it rotates. So.
Okay.
Yeah, nice camera crew and everything.
Yeah, we got the camera crew. We got brother that's gonna deal with all the editing and everything. So everything is falling into place. We just gotta March. We coming out the gate.
Build a brand and the concept.
Yeah. And right now, I be getting booked a lot still, so they still calling me.
So by you getting booked and y'all doing busy, how it is? Do y'all have time to do this Culture Shock thing?
Yeah, we still got time to do the culture because every time we network. He got a publicist, female. She pushes everything. We send her the pictures or whatever. Ashley, she on her job. Like as soon as we finish, I'm gonna push her all the stuff. She gonna put it up. Culture Shock Comedy on Instagram. So if you follow it, you gonna see pictures of us, videos and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, y'all got a whole production. Policies and everything.
Yeah. Like Capone. Capone always instilled. You gotta. Keep your foot on the pedal no matter what. One thing about Cap, it's show business. You gotta know the show and you gotta know the business. Some people good with the show, but their business is terrible.
It's terrible.
And then you wonder why you ain't. You know what I mean? Because your business is terrible. Yeah, I always have fun when I come. Like Doc said, this your third time. You know what I mean?
You got the record.
Yeah, I always have fun with y'all.
Yeah, but you always come with something new and fresh, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's always a pleasure, to have you come through. And like I said, there's so much turmoil going on out here in society and in the world. People want to laugh sometimes, man.
That's right.
They don't want to be serious all the time, you know what I'm saying?
We need it.
Yeah. One thing I love about my Harlem, like when you had Money Mike and he was from Mount Vernon, Harlem is terrible. Because all Harlem got names with money guy. You got Cash, Eddie Cash, Money Mike, Cash. And I be like, and it confused me because I said, what if they run out of money? It can't be Money Mike. It got to be Mike without the money. Eddie broke. You can't be Eddie Cash and you ain't got no money no more. So names like that, you gotta keep that.
I told Doc that, I told him, I brought it today, but we spoke about that before. When a person puts I'm gonna talk about my brother, Keith Cash, Money Mike. Yeah. You gotta always look like you getting money. You gotta always look like you getting some cash. You can't be slipping.
Stacks and all
You can't be coming through here, Keith Cash. And your hairline ain't looking right. Your sneakers is dirty. And you got to stay fresh.
100 lint ball.
That's on yourself.
You're so pretty.
You
gotta look good.
That's right.
Girls wasn't pretty without
But Harlem, keep them fly days. I love all that money. You gotta keep that money. Like you said, you got one of them cars out there right now, Money Mike.
Yeah, you gotta do that, man.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. I think this is gonna work. It sounds different.
Thank you, brothers. Thank you.
I never got to hear the guys, perform.
Yeah.
But if you rock with them, I'm pretty sure.
Absolutely.
Let's get my man back.
Yeah. Bring it back. Come on.
Okay. Bring it back.
Part two.
Yes, sir. Now, I meant to ask you up here last time. What's your nationality?
So I'm half Puerto Rican, half Italian.
Okay.
Yeah,
Because
Italian is
I'm thinking Culture Shock. right?
Yep.
We got the white boy. We got the black boy. I'm trying to figure what you want.
I'm the Latino part of the process.
There we go. Okay, now we got the real culture
Puerto
shock.
Ricano.
We got a mixture. We got something for everybody.
Yeah,
There you
yeah.
go. There we go. Okay.
So real quick, I don't know. I know you said you had something else to ask me, but just so everybody knows, so the full layout of the show, because I know you were asking a little bit, is so every show we're gonna do 6 only every year because I think that we have to leave room for ourselves to do our own careers and as much as we're trying to keep up with Kenny. So there's gonna be either John, myself, or Kenny hosting. Each comic's gonna get 5 minutes, do their best 5 minutes in front of the crowd. Okay. After each comic goes, the 3 judges get to tear them apart. So, you know, we're hoping to have guys like Capone on there, Smokey, things like that. And then the judges, so we didn't want to give anybody an easy way out. You know what I'm saying? So like, cause you know, you could give criticism, be like, oh, you good, but you're bad, but you're good. You know what I mean? We don't want that shit. So at the end, we want the judges to make a definitive decision. So they're gonna have to make a decision whether it's book them or cook them. You know what I'm saying? Like that's gotta be it. You gotta decide right there, book them or cook them. Either you're gonna put them on shows, or you're gonna roast their ass because they didn't handle business.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then like Kenny said, at the end, the headliner's gonna come up to 25, 30 minutes. Those people that, you know, we're hoping it doesn't happen, but if you get 3 comics that just can't hold the room, at least at the end, they get a good laugh. You know what I'm saying? And there's always gonna be a little interview, like a pre and post performance interview, all that stuff, because you want to hear from these people. They're nervous, they feel comfortable, confident. You might get that asshole that thinks, I got this, and he goes up there and I'm getting nothing. You know what I mean? So that's the whole layout of the show right there. That's how it's gonna work.
So how long the show? Like an hour?
Yeah, we're gonna try and keep it under an hour. Try to keep it between 40 to 50 minutes. I know it's only a 10-minute difference, but I think it does make a difference.
Nah, it makes a difference.
And you know, we have one lined up. I don't think we can talk about it yet, just with the COVID restrictions. We don't get nobody in trouble. But we're gonna do every month. We're gonna start in March. And then, like to your point, we're gonna try and release it in the fall. We didn't want to do anything and have to release it in the summer because everybody's back outside. No one's watching Netflix in the summer.
Right, I got you.
Oh, so y'all
film
it in March.
Yep. So everybody gets to be, you know, live shows
And
March, April, May,
launch,
June, right? And then we'll launch in the fall when everybody's back inside because it gets a little cold.
See?
With the hot chocolate for the fire. You know
So
what I mean?
okay, so now you're saying you have 6 shows and y'all launching it in, let's say, September, October.
Yep.
Y'all releasing every week?
So we're gonna feel it out. The idea at first was why don't we release one the first week of the month, give people a month to watch it, you know, get the word to spread, and make people anticipate it. So I think we're leaning more towards that way because we want to get the buzz a little bit. We want to have people talk about, hey, did you see this? And, you know, give them a chance to catch because you know obviously we don't have that following yet. Which I'm gonna take a chance to again remind everybody, please follow us at Culture Shock Comedy on Instagram. Okay, we just launched today. We wanted to make sure we could come on here and talk about this today and put it out there. Culture Shock Comedy on Instagram. The more followers, the better. That's how we're gonna promote these shows.
Let it run.
Partially. And we hope that you guys will be in the building when we do the Harlem show.
Absolutely. Support all the
That I
time.
can tell you right now, we already spoke with Smokey. Smokey and Kenny are sharing that show. Whether one's gonna judge, one's gonna be the headliner. Either way, you got 2 beasts in that building.
Now we coming through.
So
I like that graphic. I like comedy. I'm a comedy.
Okay, so you said you want everybody in the house. I mean, you say everybody get in the house more when it's cold.
Yes.
Or whatever. So if you do once a month, you start in October, you be running.
Right into the spring.
Yeah.
Which is when we start filming again. So that was the only reason why we liked that idea, because if by the 6th one, people are talking, now it's like, oh shit, we watched all 6 episodes, and now they're filming live again. Now we get that in-person traction too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because releasing it is just about getting it out to, like you guys were talking about earlier, California, you know, Florida, like all the other places that people aren't gonna drive to see this.
Right.
But if we time it right, and the last episode airs right when we're getting ready to film again, now people are gonna be hungry to see it live. Because, you know, again, you said it. Comedy, you can watch it on TV, it's great. But nothing's like being in the room. Because, you know, and I'm like you, I watch a lot of comedy, a lot of specials. There's not a lot of crowd interaction, and for good reason. You're getting paid to do your time, you're gonna do your time, and that's it. But in the rooms, when it's live, shit just happens, and you gotta comment on it, and that's, to me, that's some of the funniest shit. When a guy is on stage, and something happens in the room, like he gets to, you know, go to the bathroom with his boyfriend and they pick on him. It's like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he could have wrote that joke. He didn't know that you were there. I gotta be careful though. I came in, he was like this. When he introduced himself and shit. So I gotta be careful.
The gun taped up on the stage. You can't see his hands
under the table.
Like, yeah, yo, no, he about to shoot him in the leg right here. Nah, but real talk, you right.
That's the funniest shit. Because you know he didn't plan that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's just off the dome. That's how you know people funny.
So what style of comedian would you say you is? Or what's
So-
your strength?
So me, I'm high energy. I pace a lot. I move around the stage a lot, and I do a lot about myself that most people won't talk about because it's embarrassing. Like I talk about the cancer, missing the testicle. I talk about some dude that hit on me in the sauna. You know, shit like that. I talk about the COVID shot that I got. I don't know about you, but like it didn't. Like my dick still works, which is what I worry about.
Yeah.
But like it fucked me up. Like the day later, yeah, dude, I was like this in the chair. I slept for 13 hours. It was bad. But
next
then
day, yeah.
I was over it.
Yeah, next day.
You know what I mean? But so things that happen in my life that are embarrassing me, I talk about that. And one of my biggest lines, I always say, don't judge me. You know what I mean? Because like I talk about the type of porn I watch. You know, everything. You know, because I don't mind embarrassing myself because I feel like other people have shit. They just don't talk about it. So when you do it, they start laughing because they're like, oh, okay, I'm not the only one doing something stupid. So that's me. That's what I do.
I think the funniest comedians to me are the ones that are real.
Yeah.
You can relate to it.
Yeah.
It's like you said, I don't know about the one ball shit and all that. I can't relate to that.
You see how he's interested now, though, right?
You want to do stand up?
When you say stuff that people can relate to, they laugh.
That's what we want to do.
You know, they be connecting like, yeah, I remember some shit like that. They can laugh and shit. And Wu does a lot of that.
I was looking online. 'Cause we live right now.
Yeah.
Shit, we live. We
Right.
definitely live.
So we live. So one of the
It's 7 inches if you're wondering. What? I gotta make up for the lack of one.
they asked can y'all perform a 2-minute segment of a stand up. They want to see
2 minutes long, about 1 minute. Cause he said 5 or something. It's feel like that.
I mean,
Well, y'all can do one. They Jackson put us.
And so let's do it like this. If they want to do that, hold on. If you
Yeah,
want
you
to honor
actually
that,
can, yeah.
so let's get up and
That's
let's
what
let
I
three
just
sit
said.
out. Come on, bro. All right.
Oh, stand up.
Huh?
This is a stand up show. Each one.
Oh, yeah, let him come. Let him come.
So we're gonna introduce it like this. Okay.
Yeah,
So
like the
now
comedy.
we got.
Okay, let's go.
This is how we're gonna do it.
You just want me to get going?
Yeah, but we wanna
All right.
introduce you right.
You're,
So we got the comedian. Because you want
All the way from Connecticut.
all the way from Connecticut.
All the way from Connecticut.
Live from the Big 139 stand-up comedy, the first time ever. We're gonna have a live show. We got my man Damien.
what up, what up, what
All
up?
right, dude. Yeah. All right, big do you.
All right. So look, they asked earlier, you know, why we love this shit, you know, what it is about comedy. For me, I love the learning, okay? I'm always learning some shit. First time I went on the road, all black comedians, all right? What I learned was I was not ready for the road, okay? Because what happened was I thought after the first night of shows, you go back to the hotel, you relax, because you got more work to do, okay? Not these motherfuckers, all right? After the first night of shows, we had to go to the hookah lounge, because apparently hookah's life. Right? Then we had the other comedian wanted to go to the club because he needed to express himself. Okay? After the club, we went to the strip club, to the after hour spot, to the casino, to the after hour spot, which I'm pretty sure was just some guy's fucking basement. By the time I got back to the hotel, the sun was up, all my money was gone, and I was covered in stripper glitter. Okay? Yeah, I know you know what it's like to get stripper glitter off your body. Brillo pads, everything.
Yeah.
Now the fucked up part was I FaceTimed my lady to try to tell her I had a good night, right?
Yeah.
You ever try and convince your lady that you didn't go to the strip club while you covered in stripper glitter?
Man.
Fucking impossible. First of all, I didn't even know. She was like, oh, I see you went to the strip club with them. I was like, what are you talking about? I thought I got it all off. I didn't realize I still had a glitter mustache on my face, right? So we got into a big fight, which was we were already fighting before I left.
Right.
All right, because I made the mistake of letting my wife convince me it was a good idea for us to share our porn search history. All right, yeah, not a good idea. Okay, now, real quick, my taste in porn changes. Okay, so like if we had done this a couple of months ago, she'd have found out that I was into granny porn. Okay, don't make that fake. Don't do that. Don't do that. All right, listen, I like experience. I can't help it. Right? It is what it is. But at the time, she found out I was in the midget porn. All right, and again, don't do that. I'm trying to be honest. You're judging me right now. I don't know what it is. Okay, I think I just like the idea that my stuff's gonna look huge in their little hands. Point is, that's what I was into. All right, but she got mad at me. She said, "Oh, so this is what you're into? You're gonna make me feel insecure because I'm not the right size to satisfy you." So I had to spend the next 15 minutes making her feel better, reassuring her I wasn't gonna leave her for somebody that can't give me a high five. Right? So now we move on to my wife's porn search history, right? What I found out, my wife was into the BBCs. All right, if you don't know what that is at home, it stands for Big Black. That's what she was into. Now call me crazy, right? But I feel like if one of the two of us should feel insecure about not being the right size to satisfy the other one,
Right.
like I'm not saying my dick is small, it's just built like me, average height but stocky. You know what I mean? Like you're not gonna feel me in your stomach once you stretch the size out a little bit. Yeah. Anyway, that's my 2 minutes. I ain't gonna keep you guys.
John, man. Hold on, so I'm gonna introduce him. I'm gonna bring him in.
Bring him in.
So the next comedian, we got John from Connecticut.
Yes, sir.
Hey, John. Oh, God, I gotta tell you, high as a kite. I'm so fucking high. Ladies and gentlemen, I just need to tell you, it's tough. It's tough. And being high, sometimes it gives you anxiety. But I've been dealing with anxiety since I was a kid. What the fuck? Anxiety will fuck anybody up. I don't care who you are. But when anxiety gets to be too much, you gotta get down with Old Faithful. For me, that's Eminem. I'm not talking about music. I'm not talking about candy. I'm talking about marijuana and masturbation, obviously. No, don't bullshit with me. You know you done the stroke and smoke. The bong and schlong. Don't fuck with me. Now, ladies, as I got older, okay, I found missionary in marijuana. Because tell me you don't like a little kush before that push. Stop it, don't fuck with me now. Oh, no, this stuff will give you anxiety, but it also helps to be high, like I told you. But you have high thoughts, right? Everybody got high thoughts. You guys smoke weed? Don't bullshit me. I'm fucking horrible. Don't fucking bullshit me. Thank you. Honest motherfucker right here in the audience. God damn. High thoughts. You get fucked up, you start thinking high shit. Like, if a good-looking man looks like his mama, is she an ugly woman? But when you're high, you start getting the munchies, you get hungry, all of a sudden you end up at the Chinese spot. Who doesn't love Chinese food? When you're high as a fucking kite, right? But then you start thinking about ways to make money. Now, what if I open up a Chinese joint that doubles as a whorehouse? I call it the box of rice, or the rice box. Now, what happens? I see a little Asian man walk out of that Chinese restaurant walking a dog. Is that takeout? Get the fuck out of here. Now, listen, we live in turbulent times, gentlemen. We live in turbulent times. We don't know which way to go, which way is up, which way is down. And also, I'm still high as a kite, which I can't figure the fuck out. BLM. Eh? You look at me like I'm fucking crazy. Because I don't get it, because I've been BLM since the 90s, folks. Since when everybody want to be like Mike. Stop it. Don't fuck with me. Listen, that's about 2 minutes. Yeah. Okay? Now, wait. Now, if you're going to do comedy, folks, if you're going to do comedy, you got to have drive. You got to have drive for that grind. Now, if you're going to do comedy, you're going to drive fucking everywhere. You guys fuck with GPS? Google Maps? Yeah, well, fuck you and fuck Google Maps. Okay, because I fuck with Waze. It's Google Maps will put you in it. Waze, my man. Listen, Waze, they give you the Waze. Waze got so many ways, you don't know which Waze wants you to go. As long as you go the right ways, the ways it gives you, you're going to be in the ways that you need to be. Waze does other shit for you, though, doesn't it? It gives you where, let's see, roadkill. This motherfucker told me there was roadkill on the road. They tell you where the traffic is. They tell you where the cops on road ahead. I take my drugs and throw them the fuck out the sunroof at that point. Guys, you've been a lot of fun. So at this point, I'm going to see my ways the fuck out of here.
Okay. Hey, we having a good time tonight, the B139. But last but not least, we got my man, Kenny Wu, coming to the stage.
Kenny Wu.
What's the deal, y'all?
What the deal?
You already know I'm back with Beat 139 Harlem. You already know I'm from Harlem.
The beat?
Yeah, I love my Harlem brothers. One thing I love about my Harlem brothers, they so creative with all this doing stuff and hustling. I had one brother talking about he take his weed every time when he get on the plane to go to Florida. I said, how you gonna get through customs with weed? He told me how I do it. I roll it up in each sock and I put it up under my sweaters and I get back all the time. I said, how many times that was successful with that? He said, I was successful 7 times. I said, when they get a hold of you, know what they gonna do? He said, what? I said, they gonna sock it to you. You gonna try to bring weed through it. Come on, you can't do no shit like that. You know I like comedy though, but like I said, comedy saved me. My brothers already know. I'm the only comedian that got 17 state bids. Come on, they caught me so much, I ain't even got a record. I got an album. I just want to let y'all know I want to give a shout out to right now because back in the days, we was messed up with this pandemic. Come on, y'all. Right now, we was all messed up. They had us in curfew. Everybody had parole officers. But I'm so happy right now to loosen up because every place we went, it was a line. You go to the corner store, it's a line. You go to the supermarket, it's a line. One thing I love about my black people, we don't like lines. Right or wrong? As soon as you get there, what's the first thing you say? I know that ain't the line. And the person in line say, yeah, and the start back there. Don't start no bullshit. Black people will try to ease right in. I think that's my cousin from my hood. Like, hey, you better stand on this line for 30 minutes like me. And I want to give a shout out to myself because I'm a real person. I got to keep it real, y'all. But what messed me up, don't you know the supermarkets took the bags away? I knew something was wrong when they took the bags. Come on, yo. And it was funny. You ever go to the supermarket and see somebody put up 62 items and then the man say, where your bags at? Yo, I was dying laughing. I feel like an old lady. I go to the supermarket with my bag in my back pocket. One time I went to the supermarket. This is before I knew the bags was at. Man, I went to get some spaghetti, some ragu sauce, and some soda. My man said, where my bag at? I said, I ain't got no bag. I said, how much the bags cost? He said, $4. You know, I took that pack of spaghetti, put it in my back pocket, put the ragu in my front pocket, took the soda and put it and said, good night. Look at me talking about you tight. Yeah, I'm tight. I ain't gonna spend no $4 on your bag. You trying to bag me? $4. Like, we are right now. Come on now. You gotta keep it real. And I gotta let y'all know, shout out to Beat 139 for having the crew. For real. I love my Harlem Band. I gotta do this joke. This is an old classic one. I got me a Jamaican girl in my life. I love her. Ooh, and she could cook. Come on, man. My Jamaican girl could cook. And I know my ladies out there is good cooks. Because I know one of y'all put 5 different cheeses in your macaroni or something. But my Jamaican girl, oh my God. The other night she cooked curry fish, curry chicken, curry stew, curry steak, curry cake. But in the morning, she got carried away. Yeah, it was curry eggs, curry toast, curry bacon, curry jelly. They gonna carry me to the hospital. Now, I like curry, but she was getting carried away. I ain't gonna lie, though. She messed me up so bad, I ain't want nothing to do with curry. Why you think I started off slow on Beat 139? I stopped practicing on my karaoke. No, I'm speeding, y'all. I still use curry lotion. Yo, my name comedian Kenny Wu. Shout out to Beat 139 for having us, y'all. Y'all put pressure on us with that 2 minutes.
Everybody come back before we end the show. Everybody no, come in.
Hold up, man.
I'm gonna show up for this.
Make sure you follow Culture Shock Comedy.
So
Now I want to get on here now.
I ain't gotta speak.
So this Clyde right here.
That's Clyde, one of the producers of Culture Shock Comedy.
So I want y'all, who y'all could also
Give your social
remind
media.
people again when the special and everything.
Yeah.
Remind them and give y'all all y'all social media.
Yeah. Make sure you follow me on Instagram, Comedian Woo 1. You know what I'm saying? All together. And you can follow me on Facebook, Comedian Felony. And you can follow me on, what's that? I think I'm on 2 months. And I'm still on blackpanic.com. Follow me on that. I mean, I'm everywhere. Let me let my brothers tag that. Follow us.
Yeah, I get over that shit. Yeah, just follow me at Comic Damien, Damien on Instagram. Culture Shock Comedy on Instagram. Don't forget, we're gonna put all the promotion on there. It's gonna be shooting in March, and we're gonna be hitting every borough in New York. All right. So again, Comic Damien, Damien on Instagram. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Again, gentlemen, thank you very much for letting us be here today. Listen, catch me at Johnny Espo on Instagram, JohnNNEYESPO, John Esposito on Instagram, on Facebook. and Culture Shock Comedy. Most of all, please follow us at Culture Shock Comedy. We're trying to bring something new to the industry.
Hey, before you go,
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Before you go, right? Tell them what podcast show you on.
Oh, you kidding me? You know what the fuck you're watching? Beat 139.
Yeah, it is.
Hit that like button, subscribe, hit the like button, show some love.
Amen.
Stay tuned for the post interview. My man Keith Cash.